drop that bitch on her head like bang.
What's going on, everybody? It is not Friday. We're not firing it up. We are empty. Just watching a little bit of Jack's panel, a little bit of nonsense going on over there. I've been kind of just not watching much of these panels anymore. I'm not really interested in any of the shit anyone's bitching about anymore. It's kind of not not entertaining whatsoever. But Flow State, see you there, buddy. Let's say every time you think you see those AMC whisper, goddamn in my breath. Yeah, it'd be hard to breathe. You're my truck. It'll suck out the oxygen. So I tell people before they get in, like, don't forget to breathe. You gotta breathe. But yeah, so eat more fucking chicken. I somehow came across this dude's channel. He's a home kill service. He does home killing, like butchering up cows and shit. It's really amazing. Watch this dude. Like, it's literally what's going on, Hoppins. Simple Jack, good to see you. Really fucking interesting. He's only got like almost 30,000 subscribers, but he's getting millions and millions of views on his videos, which is amazing. Because what this guy does is pretty fucking awesome. Welcome, Plus State. What's up, bud?
What'd it do?
Nothing. Just a Wednesday night, bored as shit. Holidays are over. Done spending money.
Never.
Yeah, it is never actually. But you ever seen someone butcher a cow before?
Not start to finish. I've seen some stages of the process. I've said that I would like to learn. Like, I would help somebody butcher one cow start to finish just to learn the process.
Well, it's funny you say that, because that's kind of why, like, I was like, I watched this video and it's interesting to me. I'm going to fucking play it and watch it, let people watch it. Cause not everyone kind of looks for this shit, like, just like everything else, we stumble onto it, right? Like, whatever shows up in your feed, you may have searched something or even just talked about buying fucking pots and pans. And the next thing you know, you got pots and pans all over.
Or just thought about it.
Yeah, right.
You thought about it and now I'm getting ads.
Yep, exactly. But no, I don't know how it came up in my feed. I didn't search for anything to deal with it, but it just popped up and I'm just watching this dude fucking fillet this cow and I'm just like, holy shit, this dude knows what he's doing, man.
And I assume that, cutting out the perfect steak cut is one thing, but I would assume that if you can take a cow from a carcass to like usable portions, a deer is not going to be much different, right? Like,
yeah,
it's going to be fairly transferable.
I butchered hogs before when I was younger. I had relatives that had a pig farm, so I helped them do that, and
so I got these bodies taking up space in my freezer.
Right. But no, this dude, man, like, he has a trailer. He's got a winch. I mean, I'm just gonna play it. There's no audio, but just watching this guy. Actually, there's a little bit of audio, but it's pretty fucking miraculous how fast this video is. Only like 20 minutes long.
And I have cleaned a rabbit before when I was young, and my grandpa taught me, and he did the smartest thing I think ever, which is just he handed me the rabbit and a knife and said, "Go ahead,
figure it out." Right?
And so I did exactly what you'd expect, and I stabbed it right in the stomach, and it smelled like shit, and it stuck with me.
Now, he cut off the cow's legs, or at the knuckles, I guess, to help prop it up.
You can take I bet he's going to skin it. He's going to pull the skin off like a sleeve. Probably.
It's crazy, man. This guy's pro. I mean, this is stuff that we don't do or do. Most people don't see or do in daily life, and it may make them sick to see it. But I love dead cow. I mean, we eat a lot.
We
We eat a
all
lot
love
of
it.
beef, man. We eat a lot of beef. We eat a lot of chicken. We eat a lot of pork. Like we're our diet is pretty consistent of all, I guess, typical farm animals. You know, we don't eat rabbits and shit, but
If you take a step back mentally from our present world and look objectively at the fact that basically absolutely none of us know how to take an animal and make it into food, it's pretty fucking crazy. Like,
I think maybe that's what I was mentally thinking. I'm like, elections coming up. You know, who knows what's going to happen in the future? COVID. You know, there's faggots running around. You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on here? But learning how to actually do something like this, if I had to, like, it's nice to at least see someone fucking do it.
well, yeah, I started about well, I guess it was 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I've done it 2 summers now. I decided I needed to start learning how to grow food before I need to eat food. And at the time, we were still living in a duplex in kind of the rich suburb part of town, and I had 5-gallon buckets full of plants all over the backyard, and the neighbors hated me, but fuck it.
Yeah,
Fuck
you can
them,
grow
we're gonna get
tomatoes. I grew peppers. We grew jalapenos out of buckets. I mean, I've always had property, so we've always had a garden. In a sense, we haven't lately since I own my business. I just really have time. But now that that's over with, I got a lot of free time. But I want to get back into it again. I really missed, agriculture and just doing compost, and it's nice. It's when you eat your own shit and make your own salad and you make your own pasta sauce from fresh tomatoes that you grew yourself, like or sausage and peppers and shit. Like, it's just pretty awesome. Awesome feeling.
Yeah, I have low self-discipline, and so not a lot of my food actually got turned into like saucer food. Mostly it's like when I'm outside doing shit, because I like the fuck out of tomatoes, and I'll just eat them like apples. Grab a tomato, eat it.
Yeah, I can eat a tomato right off the vine. A little bit of salt.
If it's handy, if it's not, we'll do without. I did last year. I planted shit and I didn't label it, and I forgot what was what. And cucumbers came in early and quickly and fat. But whatever, I pulled them and started eating it. It turns out that was actually I was eating unripe watermelons, or other cantaloupes. It just looked like a fat short cucumber, and I'm retarded apparently. But if you put enough ranch on anything, it'll taste like ranch. So.
Renegade. Nothing natural about it for humans. No child naturally wants to kill an animal when hungry. Our jaws move sideways and carcass has to be cooked on fire to not get sick.
Our jaws do not move sideways. Oh, okay. I'll let you finish. Then I've got responses to all these things.
No, I mean, most children don't want to kill an animal, but if you grew up on a farm, you realize that's where your food's coming from. So yeah, you're used to it. You don't make lovey-dovey friends with them. You know what I mean? You give them pet names, whatever. But when it's time to do the harvest, it's time to do the harvest. Like,
most kids don't want to harvest grain either, or pick berries.
Yeah, right.
Our jaws don't move side to side. We do have canine teeth though, and forward-facing eyes. What was the last point? Oh, we have to cook our food. Well, we have the ability to cook our food, and it prevents us from getting parasites. Most other animals just live with parasites, but I bet that if they could cook their food too and not get the parasites, they would.
I mean, it's literally evolution of man learning that, oh, well, we can't eat that raw. Once we learn fire and you can cook it, all of a sudden
you actually can eat. You can eat beef raw.
Tartar.
You can, chicken's maybe a little iffy, but but yeah, we can eat more raw meat than we do. We choose not to because we have that ability.
What's up, Jen? Don't judge me.
I feel like I judge her more because of that name than less.
Yeah, that's like, don't judge me, but judge me, please. Capricorny. But no, really, what the thing about this video is this dude. Using a sawzall, that's pretty cool, right? But
Makes sense.
he's constantly sharpening his blade. He's on his game. You can see he knows what the fuck he's doing. But wait till he breaks this winch out. And he's doing it all himself, mind you.
His winch.
Yeah, look in the trailer behind him.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what he charges to do that.
That's one thing I was curious of with his skill level, how he how much money is this worth to somebody? Whether or not does he give them a cut? Are they selling it or what they're doing? Because basically he doesn't butcher it up into chops. You know what I mean, steaks and stuff. But he gets it pretty much ready for the other butcher.
Have you ever bought a quarter of or like a half of a beef?
No.
Yeah. So we live. I haven't either, but people do that out here in Kansas. And I would imagine that like 4 families go in on that, and each one gets a quarter of it, and then
yeah. Yeah,
I don't know why I haven't, honestly. But
it's smart because you get it for cheaper, much cheaper. But
you get it for cheaper, but you also then have to deal with a fuckload of beef.
You have to have the freezers. You have to have the capacity to know how to, not canning, but just prepping and being ready. Have you ever been to a Fuddruckers burger joint?
Yes.
So the ones down here, like when you first walk in, they have like the butcher room where they have all like the half sides of the beef just hanging up. As soon as you walk in. I always loved that about that place.
I don't remember that really. It's been a while.
Renegade. That's hitting a nerve.
Renegade can feel however they want about this shit, but the fact of the matter is, we know that we're omnivorous because we can see people eating meat and plants.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that.
Well, I think we were seeing this on a panel the other day talking about vegan stuff and how unhealthy a lot of them look or whatever. But it's true, man. You can always see someone who's a meat eater. You know what I mean? They look ready to go. They look ready to fight. They look ready to battle. Appreciate your insights, Renegade. I really love an opposite of opinion. So
I'm all fat, or he's all fat.
He says we're all fat. I guess
I'm not all fat.
I don't know.
He's all fat. Did you see? I uploaded. Do you know who Vegan Gains is?
Yeah, maybe that's the video I watched. I think I watched you.
Was it on my channel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how I subliminally got onto this video. I don't know.
Yeah, Vegan Gains is he was for how insane his points were. Like, he was a reasonably good debater. I think that it's because there's a little bit of a shock element when he just says something that is so makes no sense, so unsensible.
Yeah, no, I watched that. I watched that video. It's pretty good video.
I didn't realize that how big he is until after it was done. I thought he was just some dude who had. But I'm sort of out of touch with the. If it's not a panel I go to, I probably haven't heard of it.
Right. No, I really haven't. I haven't been on much lately. I've been kind of just busy with life and just kind of uninterested in what's going on lately. I really only watch Jack and your channel and Stop Dave
online
in London. But
immerses you in a universe with.
I do feel like we're past due for something, for some, like we need some freshness.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking stale, and that's why I kind of stop at my stream. I'm not going to do the Friday nights anymore, just because I'm kind of lost with content. I really don't even know what I want to talk about, and
Did you hear me mentioning I'm considering like trying to tighten up just presentation on my Any
No.
thoughts? Oh, I told Jack I'm sort of toying around with and I used Sarah as an example and I used Smith as an example, but like Sarah's an easier. She'll say things. She'll be talking about something that's all good. Blech. That's gross. Like good as fuck, and sound reasonable and everything, making good points, and then she'll say something insane.
Yeah, she is. I agree with that. She's like being hit by stuff, and it's like,
right. So
it sounds super smart 1 second, and then all of a sudden it's like, what are you
and
talking
it just undermines the fuck out of her point.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of wondering if I haven't been too indifferent to the way that insanity impacts myself or others, right? Reputationally, because I just don't think about that sort of stuff. But
She's not as fucking crazy as Smith. That dude is just.
But
I don't even.
right,
get
but
that.
like, there's a lot of people who do the same. It's the same thing. It's point, and then they'll undermine their whole point, but they're doing something self-indulgent by just saying what the fuck really is or it's true. It's like, I don't know. There, somewhere in there that there's that childish, stupid ass looking behavior of that I don't know that I would like to remedy,
Right.
or at least address. Like, I don't know how to maybe just hold people to a little bit higher standard. Sarah knows she sounds insane when she says shit like that. Smith
Yeah.
knows that when he hits strangers with the old 274 plus 274, then over here on the president's birthday, it's Michael Jordan. Like, he knows how that he comes across. He's
Right.
just doing it because he's being self-indulgent. I'm kind of getting, I don't know. I'm just sort of playing with the idea. That's what I did to Snafu Snaps. Right down the middle.
Yeah, this guy's setup is really. I tried making a comment. An error occurred. Wait a moment and try again. Am I getting? No, it's still live. I was assuming this might get a hit somehow. People be upset about seeing.
It definitely could be. What's that? Like disturbing content or something. There's some category in there that.
Dude, this channel's huge. He's got millions and millions of views. So it can't be. Maybe live stream. I don't know. I was actually looking at the policies for live streaming, and most I found was about guns and shit, and like violence, shit like that. But I mean, I've had guns on my streams. I mean, it's still up
on a live stream. I think they're most concerned about live streams, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I was reading live streams, because I was like, you know what, I'm kind of bored. Let me push this. Maybe I'll push a limit, see if I can get a strike or something, and you know what I mean. Like, talk about COVID, how it was fake, all that good stuff. But everyone's afraid to say the pedophile and pedia and all these made up words. Like, we're fucking grown adults. Like,
I don't know where the boundaries are, but I know that there are people like Snafu who say things that kick the line intentionally so they can come back and strike them later. So I just do like I'm way laxer than I used to be when I was, but there are certain things that I just wouldn't let people say around me at all, right? Certain words, certain weights, certain substances. You just don't say the word. Say you want a gallon of milk, I'll get it. I'll understand what you mean. I kind of have the same sort of principle here. Like, people know where the gray areas are.
Right. I'm just at a point where, if you can't fucking say something, people are going to be offended, right? They're going to not agree. They're going to get mad. And it's like,
Oh yeah, I don't care about that.
We should still somehow have some kind of free speech here, but granted, it's not my website. I'm not on steve.com. I'm on youtube.com. So I have to follow the rules, whatever. But
no, it's stupid as fuck, but it's not. I'm not gonna William Wallace myself over wanting to say the V word, for instance. There's not the hell I'm gonna die on.
Renegade, see, you're feeding your children animal private parts and gummy bears, tricking them against ever wanting to naturally eat dead animals. Absolutely demonic.
Nobody gives a fuck. You know what? Do you know Renegade?
No.
Okay. The last time that actually it was right before I talked to Vegan Gains. I'm gonna tell you what I told the other obnoxious chat vegans. I'm gonna go to the gas station later tonight. I promise you. I'm going to buy a meat product just for you. And if I have to, I'll stream eating it. I called into the easy stream the last time. Somebody was annoying me with this bullshit in the comments. You're responsible for this meat product purchase.
I mean, I appreciate Renegade. I'm glad someone is, bothered by this or bothered by meat and they've changed their lifestyle. But you want to be a vegan, that's fucking fine. I have zero issues with you not wanting to eat meat. But who the fuck are you to tell me that I shouldn't be doing this? But look how he transfers this half of beef inside.
I don't have a dog, but I've never owned a dog. I just don't have that attachment. Your moral, you love your doggy argument isn't going to work on me. I actually have no philosophical issue with people eating dogs.
Eat your dog pussy. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal and gross because of our culture, though.
And this guy's probably about 14 years old, maybe.
No, he's probably older than that.
When's the last time you called a grown man a pussy? Like, not being funny. Not being funny.
I don't know. Renegade, how old are you?
It's pretty hilarious.
Renee. It's Renee.
Oh, Renee.
See the
Renegade.
Yeah, Renegade.
Well, all women are welcome. All women have free speech here on my channel.
I know what gelatin is, and I still love gummy bears are the fucking best.
42 infantryman. Oh, well, I was in the Marine Corps. Infantry, that means you were Army, because if you're in the Marine Corps, you would say Marines, and we know what place you're in. They're Renegade.
Yeah, it's because it's tangled on
Renegade.
Found on the left side.
My girlfriend's stepmom's name was Renee.
Have you seen how he transfers this fucking leg of beef in
How
here?
are we internet tough guys? You're the one who called us a pussy. I just said I couldn't eat an extra Slim Jim for you.
Very violent. Isn't that another thing too? Is vegans are violent, right?
Yeah.
They should take some of that aggression out in the fucking soy fields where they're killing all the snakes and the rabbits and the moles and all those animals that are getting killed for your tofu.
Those aren't real. Those don't count. No, but beef. I also uploaded a discussion I had with what's his name, Garland Farms, and he I wish I remembered exactly what it was, but vegans, when controlled for percentage of population, right? Vegans have a much higher incidence of violent crimes. Actually,
Right.
I don't remember the specifics. We talk about it in that video, but it's got something to do with cholesterol, like brain cholesterol or something. I guess your brain is mostly cholesterol. I mean, not Renegades. His is mostly like anger and estrogen.
Man, I used to be really angry when I was younger, and I couldn't control my anger a lot of the time. And I don't even remember the turning point where I figured out how to turn the switch off. You know, I mean, like once the switch was on, it was hard to get it. Oh, there it is. It's not a girl. Welcome, Renegade.
Here we go. No. Let me address the person with the loose lips over there talking shit, dude. First of all, I'm 42. Hey, what's your name, bitch? What's your fucking name? No, fuck. What's your name? What's your name? You animal.
See what I mean? Higher incidences of violence.
No. Are you a fucking Marine, bro? Are you a Marine?
I'm the Marine.
You're so fucking tough, man. You're so tough.
I haven't tough guyed you once.
I got him muted. He thinks that because I'm a Marine, I'm tough, but I'm dangerous. So just keep that in mind. You know who the difference is there between Army and Marine Corps.
I'm not a Marine, but I'd still fuck you up probably. But I'm not like that.
I will fucking run circles around you on anything you want to debate. Your strategy is to overtalk me. Your strategy is to make fun of a name.
My strategy is to
You
mock
don't have any intellect behind anything you're saying.
Who are
Everything
you
you're
talking to?
saying is opinion and it's wrong.
Are you talking to me?
When
or are you
I am
talking to
telling
Flow
you
State?
it's from
I think
my
he's talking to me.
personal experience of 5 years. I am stronger
Doing
than
what?
every one of you, and you all
What is-
look like shit, man. I can get
What
better
is
girls than any of you. I'm 42 and I look
Let me
fucking
ask
young
you-
as
I'm
shit, man.
47. You look way older than me. I'm 47.
No, hang on. Let me take a look at you because I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Thank you for letting me speak, actually. If you motherfuckers are going to try to speak over me, eat a fucking dick. I know you like it, motherfucker. You feed it to your kids and fucking gummy bears, and you don't even care.
Seen him on any other
You don't
panel?
even care because you don't see the black magic going on in this fucking world.
Do you
Where
think
nearly
you're being
40%
convincing?
of the fucking land is used for murdering animals when we don't have to, you dumb fucks.
Can I take a turn?
No person's ever been healed from a terminal illness from death, you dumb fucks. The number one cause of death for all human beings in the world is heart disease, not from plants, you dumb
Where
fucks.
is he?
Why do you think
You
we're
think
acting like
it's
we're internet tough
natural
guys?
to take another baby's milk from
I
another
mean, he's not wrong.
species?
We're pretty tough.
No.
I mean,
You motherfuckers need to
Are you gonna
stand
have a
behind what
conversation
you're
or what?
talking about.
What are you
Flat
talking about?
motherfucking power, flat whatever is Steve. Are
You
you,
know
a
what?
flat earther or are you a round earther? Are you
I don't know if
just
you're
on a
subscribed
gossip
to
in the
me or
true
not,
earth.
but I'm gonna
bro?
upload a video
I'll
later
speak up for
eating
the
a Slim Jim for
animals
you.
because you fucking cowards won't
I
even
don't believe
watch
in the flat
Dominion.
earth.
You
There's no proof
fucking
of flat earth.
cowards won't even watch Earthlings.
There's no
You
no
fucking
proof of globe
cowards
either. So
just listen to experts and won't get off your fucking chairs.
Where are
yeah,
you?
I muted him because he's sitting there talking about how we're gonna overtalk him, but he hasn't shut his fucking
Can you
mouth.
put him on
He's got
solo
up
screen
on
so I can look
panel.
at his background? Is he in like a high school or something?
He's in a garage.
Hmm.
You gonna have a conversation with us there, Renegade? Or are you just gonna keep
Yeah,
talking?
I can
and
do
talking?
that now. Now I can hear you.
You feel better? You got it
I
out?
do, man.
Get it out, man.
Good. Bring it.
No, I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna get it out because you
So what's
guys
your-
weren't letting me speak.
We let
And
you speak.
I'm gonna come with it. When you give me the microphone, I'm gonna come with it. And you motherfuckers are gonna try to talk over me when I'm speaking up against you animal abusing cowards.
No
that
one's
wanna put
abusing
your
an
fucking
animal.
heads in the sand because you're pussies. You ain't men. Men need to be leaders who take direction in this fucking world. Men
Do you
need to
feel
lead
like you
children,
came with
not
it?
to be bullies.
Do you not
Look
eat
at the
meat?
state of the family unit in the fucking world, bro. Look at the state of consciousness.
Do you not
And
eat
I'm
meat?
happy. I'm speaking up to get motherfuckers to listen and wake the fuck up.
So these animals are being abused? Is that what you're saying? They're being
They
abused?
like that.
No, I'm saying you won't watch Dominion, bro. You're
Dominion.
watching some shit put out by the meat industry.
Is that like some?
listening to the
Is that a YouTube
fucking
channel?
YouTube fucking
What's the
experts
channel?
giving
I'll
you
watch
wrong
it. What's the
information,
channel?
We
Man. No,
like
you're
me.
speaking at the
Channel.
same time as me, or I got an echo.
No, you just haven't stopped speaking.
Yeah, you just go on and on and on. What's the channel? Dominion something?
No. This is a documentary that's free on YouTube, man.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the first shit I
watch it.
watched was The Cove. Listen, bro, I've gone through debates. I've gone through all types of shit. Like, I read Eat Right for Your Blood Type. I'm O negative blood. I understand people go to 23andMe and believe that bullshit. Motherfucker, I've researched Wu Dang Kung Fu and the people that know Qi life force better than anybody. And they ban death consumption behind temple walls to protect the energy, man. And the reason I use dogs as an example is because everybody in America loves their dog, but dogs are livestock in China, you dumb fucks.
I know. I've had
Yeah,
this
well,
argument.
And
with
people don't
people.
give a fuck
America.
unless it's their fucking dog.
I
This
don't
is- I
care
don't care
about
about China.
dogs either. On principle, that's not
I can't
like-
do shit about China.
conceptually. I'm fine with eating dogs. I don't want to eat a dog, but
Yeah, we're getting straight snapped on. I mean, I can see
So-
why you're upset. I mean, you're watching some guy
Why-
butcher a cow on someone's farm. I
Bro,
don't understand
what
what
you
your
are in the
huge problem
military,
with that
bigs
is.
up. Big ups. My friends and family eat animals. I'm not speaking down on you, but I'll take leadership. I have conscious
That's what this stream is
awareness of
about.
what
This
the
stream
fuck
is for
going
people
on.
to watch these videos and say, "Hey, if the shit hits the fan and you got to be able to feed yourself, and you're going to eat meat because you need
You
meat
don't have
protein
to
to
though,
sustain your
man.
life."
You
Yeah,
don't
you do.
fucking have to.
Yeah, you
You
do.
know
What are
what's
you gonna
healthy to
eat
go
in
like a
winter?
month without even eating?
You can't eat.
What are you
fucking
gonna
You know
eat
the
in
cabbage for
healthiest
the rest of
people
your
like
life.
fucking fast and eat herbs, dude? Do you
What
know
do
what
you
takes
suppose-
testosterone away? Wait, the person
Can
who
I ask
said
you a
I got
question? I'm trying to ask you a
estrogen,
question, not hear you
motherfucker, you
rant.
drink milk that has more estrogen than anything. Bodybuilders are drinking whey protein loaded with estrogen, thinking it's
Why
getting
is
them
his
ripped.
estrogen so high?
You don't see the fuckery in this world, man, and you don't
No,
want to
it's all
change
over.
this shit.
What
You
do you
just
think
want
our
to go
channel's
for your
for?
jabby jab and do what the fuck you're told and listen to your internet experts.
I
So
found
you
this
think
font
we
randomly in
got
my
the
house
COVID
the other
shot?
day. It's a card game called Behind the Anger, and it's like a therapeutic thing to like help people learn about their emotions. I think that
I
I've
love the
never played it
passion.
before.
That's right, Jen. He's passionate. I love the passion. What do you think?
I am.
I have this
I
channel
am
for.
passionate, man.
Is if you looked at
I
all my
am
other videos,
passionate.
I talk about central banking. I talk about fractional banking, rights and freedoms. I talk about all kinds of shit. I talk about the moon
I'm
landing.
not
I talk
afraid of
about all
anybody,
kinds of
man.
shit.
I'm not afraid of any
You
fucking
don't need to be
human.
afraid
That's
of
for sure.
anybody.
Nobody's
I'm not afraid of
threatened you.
anybody. No one's threatened you whatsoever. I allowed you to say whatever you wanted in the chat. I never had censored you. None of my mods censored you. We conversated with you. And I give you respect for coming up here on panel, but I'm not sure
No,
what the
thank
fuck
you,
you're
man.
pissed
Thank
off
you.
about.
Thank you. I'm having a hard time hearing. I'm trying to hear.
You hear me all right, Flo?
I can hear you fine. It's easier if
All
you
right.
stop talking for a minute, then you can hear
Okay.
better.
Honestly, I'm having feedback in the mic, and I didn't know if you guys were gonna like shut me off or whatever. So I'm trying to get in every fucking thing I can that's like PowerPoint here for people
All right,
that
Yeah,
are
hold
listening.
on. Hold
We're
on,
willing to have a
Renegade.
conversation.
Hold on. If you're in StreamYard, you got to close your YouTube. That's probably giving you a problem because it takes
You
you
might
to another
also-
screen.
You might check his mic settings and click on and off his
Oh yeah, let me check.
auto adjust in his background cancellation.
Yeah,
Automatically.
dude, I'm like in a
adjust.
different world right now. Thank you.
Is that any better? Can you hearing it?
Yeah,
uncheck-
man. I felt like everybody was trying to talk at the same time as me.
Mm-mm.
Thank you.
No, I bring all kinds of shit to light. I like to be educated. I like to talk about religion, even though I don't even believe in it. I like to talk about all kinds of shit. It has nothing to do with what I personally feel. It's what my views of what I see other people are trying to explain, or as we heard earlier, being teachers. We're not teachers. We're people who learn by doing, learn by seeing. Right?
I get to take responsibility for my conscious awareness. Man, I'm not here to talk down on people. I know that the leader of the sled pack pulls the sled. When you see something and you act on it, people follow. Action comes before talk, right? So it's like, man, I feel like a call to action, knowing that the most amount of suffering in this world, no matter what religion you are, it includes suffering as part of this reality. And we know once we have a conscious awareness that we're part of the suffering, once we have in our conscious awareness knowledge that the most amount of suffering is animal abuse from humans when we don't have to, and knowing that look at our hands and just the feeling we get when we reach a mango, we take care of that plant. And when somebody actually gardens and feels that connection with nature, like the air we breathe out carbon dioxide, the plant breathes that in and breathes out oxygen that we breathe in. Minerals only come in two forms: oxides, death, like a rotting corpse, which also have living minerals in them, and our bodies will take survival off nearly anything. Yeah, we can fucking eat plastic like concentration survivors have. We can eat fucking humans like the Himalayan plane crash survivors can, but the fucking only thing that's healed people from terminal illnesses has been plants, man. The only thing that gives us oxygen. People don't see the relationship. When you look, we have fingers, we don't have claws. Like fucking monkeys got fur and shit and faces that resemble snouts, and gorillas, and they fucking are vegans mainly. You know what I mean?
We
Like,
are
come on, man. Are we?
biologically
We're like
we're
more
hunters.
primal than them. Obviously, we got fingers. Like, we're not. You don't see that we work with the earth. That a mango falls perfectly in our. We say "I love you" to a tree by watering. It says "I love you"
That's
back
true.
by dropping a ripe fruit that fits perfectly in our hands that we can peel and that we can plant. Like how that just feels natural versus like when we hear a dog or something, just that central nervous system to help that animal. We don't see how we trick. We don't see how our parents were tricked. We don't
Calm
see
down,
how
man.
like.
You have time to get all your points out. Nobody, we're not kicking
All
you
right,
off.
all right. Yeah, no, I'm rip shit about this, dude. I mean, this is a subject that I'm full steam on, man.
I have a kind of an observation, a question. I guess wrapped in one. All of Earth entirely, all life feeds on life. This is part of nature. What would you do with carnivores? Do you think cats should not eat mice? This is it. Yeah, there is suffering involved, but that's the way God or nature or what the fuck ever you believe in. That's just the way it is.
I feel that what I have to do is in my power of choice. I feel that there's no higher power. And I feel that leaders also empower other people and that there's no higher power than the power of choice. So with that comes conscious awareness, which is also like alternating current. It has to do with positive and negativity. So, I mean, like we can get philosophical about it, but I think the real no call to action is the fact that suffering and that we're the highest cause of suffering. We can either be a contributor to the suffering or we can be a contributor to healing. Just like without sickness there would be no healing. So do we not focus on healing or do we focus on sickness because we know that there's sickness and healing?
I guess my point was that I don't think eating meat is sickness. It's just part of nature. You might find it unpleasant. You might not like that animals have to suffer when they're eaten by people or other animals, but that it's clearly the way that our world is meant to operate.
Well, I want to go back on what you said earlier.
Angles on that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I see the angle that you're looking at, but also, like I said, it comes down to the power of choice. Like I'm not okay with it knowing that it's animal abuse. It's supporting animal abuse when we don't have to. And we don't see how like close to 40% of the land in the United States is used for murdering animals while like kids are shown happy cartoons of cows. We don't see the brainwash that's going on. We don't look at the dairy industry and how Edward Bernays was part of that with social engineering. We don't look at my guy who was in the Marines. We don't even look at how like the MREs were owned by Dick Cheney and they don't even have vegan fucking MREs in the military, let alone how they're used it's the Food and Drug Administration. Remember the line where they just fucking stamp you? Keep in mind that's what they're doing with agriculture where the most amount of antibiotics go into too. You don't see the business, man. It's like, okay, man, there's different states of consciousness. I'm not going to blame somebody operating from their level of consciousness, but I'm not going to not activate my level of consciousness when I'm learning of this shit. And I've gone through different debates around health shit too, man, because I've read Eat Right for Your Blood Type, which was like the only book on blood types from Dr. D'Amato in Connecticut that was sold at Whole Foods, which basically hit every aisle down Whole Foods for every blood type. You know what I mean? And he basically took a lot of his dad's information. We get a lot of this cut and paste shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the stuff that's actually healed people, herbal healers have healed people from terminal illnesses that were never supposed to get up again from fucking plants, man. Excuse my language, but I am passionate.
Look how happy them cows are, man. I'm going to troll you here a little bit there, Renegade. Didn't you were saying that, we're abusing these animals. But yet, in turn, you tell us, that plants and trees, they suck up the carbon monoxide and spit out oxygen. But yet, you're going to eat up all the plants. That's not good for humans if you're going to eat up all the oxygen producing plants. Am I correct?
If we're going to eat up, I don't understand that. To me, that's balance. I don't see the murdering animals as balance.
Yeah, but you're eating all the
I see it
plants
as
that's making the
compounding the suffering in this realm that we're in.
Didn't you just
And
said
I mean, I see that from my level of health,
right?
mental health,
So-
physical health, and spiritual health. Every fucking nail on the head. We could compare ourselves, but like there's parasites in our bodies. There's parasites outside. I don't look at parasites the same when it comes to conscious awareness as I do like a cow, which is the most maternal species. When you witness the baby cow being taken away and actually look in that cow's eyes that it's actually crying, when you see a cow actually trying to play with a ball like a dog does, you reach a different mental paradigm shift, man. You start to make a connection. When you have this disconnection where you just go in a drive-through and everything's neatly cut and made to look like your cooker, whatever you're programmed to eat 3 times a day, you're eating like chicken. You know how many sentient beings? You're taking away that whole animal's life that wants to enjoy its life just for one effing sandwich, man. You look at chicken wings, and that's like 3 times a day. Do you know how many sentient beings are being murdered? Don't have to. You don't see how we're programmed into it. Because no kidding, I remember fishing. It's very monkey see, monkey do. Ha ha ha. We nervous laugh when we see that, like, my grandfather wants to take the fish, but we want to bond with a father figure usually. And we're told that this is part of growing up, is ignoring our intuition, ignoring taking care of lesser or defenseless beings. Instead of listening to our intuition, our manning up and taking care of the defenseless being, ignoring that and being a bully.
You're listening to your emotion.
You know what I mean? Okay, am I being dramatic about a little bit? Because I'm making a point, man. Because it really is. We don't think about the little subtle programming of teaching kids against their nature that this is part of growing up. So you're teaching them against listening to their intuition and listen to their same as an internet expert or whatever. You know what I mean? But this is like, because when you listen to your intuition, you're more on that rage against the machine. F you, I won't do what you told me. Once you know a certain way, you don't go back, man. But like, and I'm saying with veganism, I've gone into this like 5 years, and I'm not sitting here. My family eats meat. I'm in Connecticut. You know what I mean? I don't burn out my energy. I love myself too much to argue with people that don't see the things the way I see them. But I'm so passionate that I'm always going to try to connect with the right people, because it could just be a couple kids that could literally change the freaking way of the world, man. Like, we don't have to. We already know it's not the healthiest thing to do. And then you don't
What
think
would happen
about
if
the
people stopped
vibrations, the
hunting deer
hormones,
for one
the
day?
suffering, all that energy you're putting in your body, man.
Yeah, but you're putting all these chemicals, all these things that they're using to spray these crops are much worse than us farming livestock for the masses. Much worse. Have you seen
Well,
video?
no, because
You
what's
really
the one that begins with a
wanna
G that
kill
they put in
most
grass-fed beef?
things,
It's like an all hay.
because the farmers who protect your beans kill everything. I kill one animal per arrow.
They're all promoted by the meat
You
industry,
have to
man.
kill every ground squirrel, every vole, every shrew, every snake, every turtle, every frog, every bird, every rabbit, anything that gets in that bean field. I'm either going to plow and dismember, which is why the crows and the seagulls follow the
Combines.
Yo, that's wrong information,
and
man.
then if anything does survive my first slaughter, I'm going to come in with Monsanto and poison the shit out of everything so you can have a tofu salad and not be responsible for any death. Fuck you.
That's a really
So it's pretty interesting. It's a lie. That's not true.
Monsanto owns. Well, no, hang on. First of all, tofu is a hybridized crop. that came in from, it was an industrial crop that came in with the Ford family with paint. It started with paint and plastics. And I put my phone on the charger. Shit.
Sounds like he agrees with us.
No, I'm saying I'm not a fan of soy. I'm not a fan of any hybridized food. I like natural foods, man. We're decimating a lot of natural crops for soy because it's an industrial crop. And on top of that, though, you know, the animals eat way more than the humans as far as the crops. So it's wrong in like every angle, man. And there's like probably like the same 5 guys that are promoted by the meat industry. And they keep giving this load of crap on the carnivore diet and all this. Dude,
you know,
man,
that you're promoting the UN and the World Economic Forum's talking points on plant-based foods. It's, I mean, to just say that this is a big conspiracy and it's a psyop when like the biggest institutions in the world are on your side is disingenuous or mistaken.
I thought that too. They're on both sides, man.
I could see that.
They're on both sides. It's like a casino that has anti-gambling.
Well, if you know they're on both sides,
man.
If they're on both sides, and I probably agree, then that's not really something that you can say that, you know, uses a talking point against meat.
I used to listen to Alan Watt, the philosopher, the Scottish philosopher, and he used to talk about that too. And I've done a lot of cross-referencing, brother, as far as what's part of the agenda and what's not, looking into that. So I think there's a lot of bright minds on this channel, and I didn't mean to be disrespectful coming on. I appreciate you letting me share passion, though, because I do want people to know that the best decision I've ever made in my life, I made a lot of good decisions, I made a lot of bad decisions. I swear to God, the best decision I've ever made was going vegan about 5 years ago. And I ate a chicken wing. I was with my military buddies. We meet up every now and then. And I like kind of as a bonding thing. It's like, yeah, come on, you gotta have a chicken wing. I like when after a year I tried one and I did not feel the same. It was so easy to go back.
Well, you're mentally invested into this. You said you've been doing it 5 years, right? You're mentally invested in not eating the meat, so it made you feel sick.
Also, in touch with how I feel. You know what I mean? How I feel and how food makes me feel. And you know the connection with happiness too, because there actually is a connection with aggressiveness and angst and like acidity. But you don't think about the suffering the animals go through and all those fear hormones and things like that.
You
and
think
just
about
look
it
at
too
all
much.
these people wearing
You're
masks.
dwelling in it.
I see
You're
people
not getting
running with masks on today, and you can't tell me these are the same. They ain't pumping themselves up with fear hormones.
You're not approaching this like clear-headedly. You're dwelling in the suffering that you imagine that they're feeling. You've never been in, I mean, I just don't know that you know that. You're speculating. It's a speculative action, and it's not helpful at some point.
How, man? How are you saying that the animals aren't suffering?
I'm aware that animals die, and I agree. The industrial food complex is,
dude, you don't know, man.
Too cruel.
You have no fucking idea how sick
you have
it is,
no
man.
idea what I know and don't know.
I'm sorry. That sounds like I'm like I'm ignorant to things that you know. I get it. You know shit I don't know. But bro, you just gotta watch like Dominion and watch where people have broken into these places. This is real fucked up shit that's going on.
Now, I agree with you. I've seen videos
people don't want to even look at, but they want to keep
videos where these
contributing
animals
to it,
are
man.
being abused. They
want
supposed
to keep
to be regulated,
contributing it
and
to it,
they're
but they
trying
don't
to crack
want
down
to
on
fucking
it.
watch
It
it.
happen everywhere. That's like saying that everywhere you go, you can get murdered on you know, at the mall. It's not going to happen because they had a mall shooting over here. It's not going to happen everywhere. There are places,
I'm trying to catch your point,
shops. Bro. My point is that there are some places that do treat animals wrongly, and they abuse them. And I agree. And anybody who abuses animals, they don't deserve to live. Quite honestly, there's something wrong with them. If they're going to abuse an animal, they're going to abuse a human. Those people need to be put out to the pasture. The same thing as pedophiles,
That
people
was
who
the
want to rape
cognitive
children,
dissonance that I
people
had.
want to do something that's that bad. That's horrible. I'm more pissed at seeing someone hurt a defense animal than watching us here on this panel duke out over our feelings over eating food or eating meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get your I can see just how subjective you are, and how the feelings that you have towards your point of view, but you can't push that on other people, man. That's just you got to live and let live. You know what I mean?
I respect you,
unless
man,
you
but
see me
I'm not
fucking with
pushover, but I
animals,
respect you. Sorry.
unless you see me fucking with animals and you see me abusing animals, then yeah, you have all the right to push on someone. But you can't just automatically assume just because we eat cows and we eat birds and we eat goats, that we're for abusing of animals. It's just not the case. It really isn't the case.
Well, you don't want to think that. You don't want to think that.
See, I'm open-minded. I'll
Because
think
you don't
that.
want to think that, dude. Like,
If I think that every time I eat a burger,
man.
or every time that I eat a steak, or every time that I eat some pig, every time I eat that, and if I think, oh man, I wonder if this pig, somebody was kicking it around and being mean to it.
I bet they were so mean to it.
You know what I mean? I
think
have a hard
about
time
this, man.
contemplating that.
I'm sorry. Just aside from the fact that it's just sentient being and that pigs' hearts are used in like human heart transplants, and the fact that they have feelings like humans, that they can transfer a freaking pig heart, but that's probably half bullshit anyway. But just think about the fact that you can't pour pig fat down the freaking drain, but you can pour that right down your freaking arteries every day, man, with your sandwich. It's illegal to pour it down the drain.
Well, we have
right in your arteries,
acid
man.
in our bellies, and the acid, kind of pretty much, processes that, just like cows process the hay and the grains that they eat. I mean, from day one, humans have eaten animals. As soon as they learned how to cook their food, it was on.
I disagree, but that's up for debate. You know what I'm saying?
It really isn't up for debate.
Your whole life, you've eaten meat. Your whole life, you've eaten meat.
Bro. Genesis 1:29. Nimrod was the first king known for disobeying God and creating chaos in the world, designed the Tower of Babel. He was also the first hunter, also the first king known for disobeying God. Now, I'm not a Bible
No,
thumper,
he wasn't.
bro. I'm not a Bible thumper, and I don't mean disrespect by that too, but I study this shit because I want to know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Tended flocks.
It's writing in a book.
But it's not even right.
Well, do you believe we came from apes, bro? Do you believe we came from apes?
Listen, I can teach you on the Bible point.
I'm not going to go too deep into this. If you believe we came from apes, if you believe we landed on the moon and we came from apes and all that, it's going to be a lot of backpedaling for me, bro, that I don't want to burn my energy out, man. I'm happy to share with you guys information that I've learned.
I only know what I can see.
I'm trying to share back where your information is wrong. Nimrod came after Cain and Abel. And Cain was a farmer, and the one that got killed tended flocks.
Cain and Abel's dealing with conscious awareness and alternating current, and you could look at it. It's based on your perception, bro. But
okay, so nothing means anything.
I see everything relating to energy. I see Moses, osmosis. I see the codes and shit, bro. Like how certain words are capitalized, others aren't. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna burn a fucking fuse trying to fucking decode shit. I'm gonna look at what pops out at me as fucking common sense. Also, I'm intuitive as fuck. If something feels, I've sensed energy on motherfuckers, on people, bro. Like today, I shook someone's hand. I had to like wash my hand. I could sense energy on people, bro. I can smell people. I can smell fucking bacteria on them if they're fucking sick. Okay, I'm just telling you, man. You know what I mean?
I'm just curious. How would you describe our energy? Can you sense me and Steve's energy?
Honestly, through your voices more than your pictures.
And what do you like? What do you get out of it?
I don't get anything I don't feel any threatening energy from you guys, and I'm not trying to rain on your parade either, but I do want to stir the pot and get people to think, man, outside the box, man, because I know people, it's uncomfortable thinking, but to me,
I feel like Steve is giving you that sexual energy. I could be mistaken, though. I could be misinterpreting it. I tend to see everything as sexual, including Steve, including those. Go ahead.
$20 is $20, bro.
Honestly, I feel like you guys are like killing time, man. Just talking about shit to kill time and whatever. And I saw you pop in with the meat thing, and that's just something I have something to say, man. So
Awesome.
I'm not just killing time, and I appreciate you letting me speak on your platform.
No, I actually, I'm glad you came up because we were talking about this earlier about how a lot of people will just agree about one thing and you have no, discourse, in the yin and the yang, the opposite side of the argument. And you definitely brought it. I mean, clearly the chat, there's some people that think you're a little off-putting with the way you're coming about it. Some people believe what you're talking about. There's vegans in the chat. Like, I welcome everybody. I don't fucking care that you're a vegan. Now, I do care that you're trying to open my eyes to, Dominion. I've seen it. I think I've seen it now that people have been talking about it. And it's fucking despicable. But I'm going to tell you, that's not going to make me to stop eating meat, because me just stop eating meat is not going to stop this machine of producing food for the masses. Just not going to do it. If I thought there was a chance that me and my family would stop spending money on meat and only eat vegetables, it would make a change, but it's not going to, and that's the reality of the fact.
That's one of the most common. What's the word I'm looking for?
Assumptions.
I would say rebuttals, or it's one of the most common things I hear.
Excuses.
from people
Can I
that-
see what are your belts and shoes made out of?
To me, it
Can we
comes
see
off
your
and
belts and shoes and
a
wallet?
little slightly as a defeatist attitude, bro. It does come off as like you can't do anything about it. When I actually, and people will even probably think I'm crazy, but I honestly see how things have been so crazy in my life that I don't rule it out. Like the power that I have as even me, I say I was an infantryman because I'm not like, I was a car salesman. You know what I mean? I didn't go to college, but honestly, of all the fuck ups I made in my life, I've never been so proud of who I am today out of where I'm at, based on my conscious awareness, based on how I'm able to shape everything in my life now from everything I've experienced in my life, based on everything I've been able to uncover, as like fucking break the bullshit. I've been able to actually uncover so much information that it's empowering. It's, I know that I'm like 1% of even my family. I think my brother wished me a happy Thanksgiving. He said, happy tofu turkey day. Ha, 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 ha. I get it. But he won't even watch Dominion. You know what I mean?
Do you own any leather items? Do you own any items that are made from animals, like your belt, your wallet, your shoes?
Wallet, buddy.
No,
Let's see the wallet.
honestly,
What kind of shoes do you wear?
Well, you know what got me was River Phoenix when, and at the same time I was eat right for your blood type. I remember when I did eat meat, I would have to cook it. Well, nothing that had veins in it, or if I cooked eggs, I would always have to take the umbilical cords out of the eggs because anything that made me think of an umbilical cord.
Those are in there?
I never had associated it with like my mom's ovaries or like, you know what I mean? I never associated it with like little babies I was eating. I almost feel like it's whipped and it's made to look a certain way. And it's kind of like we're born into this world. We're born into this world where there's all these things that are this way, but we get to change this world, man. We get to make things better. It's like some people believe that we came from monkeys. Some people believe we're going to get the world can get destroyed by an asteroid. We don't see the sick fucking magic, like the bullying that goes on in this world. And I'm like, no, fuck that. We get to fight back. I am the kid that's pissed. I'm the kid that's pissed because I feel like I was lied to. I see how I was lied to. I've been researching Edward Bernays. I've been looking into this shit. I was in the military and all this shit. Like they gave me the first anthrax shot and took it away. I saw how they use people as like guinea pigs. You know what I mean?
I got all 8 of them.
Yeah, man, I lost friends over there. I'm sure you have too. So it's the person who saved my life out of a burning car. Show me a picture when he was hunting in Texas. But I don't see it any different than the people that go to the fucking stores for their convenience, but don't want to look at the animal in the eyes or whatever. I see something a little bit more admirable and more spiritually connected to somebody that will actually look in the eyes what they're taking or whatever and whatever. But
Check this
I also
out.
look at Indians and Native
You got that
Americans.
quote in
I
the
also
way.
look at them as being
Move the
connected to
comment off
Egypt,
the
bro.
screen.
I don't see that as pre-dynastic civilization.
Hold on.
I don't see the Native Americans in America as pre-dynastic, bro, because we see that they're connected to Egypt, and we see that hunting started in Egypt. We see hunting started in Egypt, as well as cannibalism on the freaking walls, man.
See
What
that?
do we got here, Steve?
They had it as part of their spiritual system, bro.
That's all my anthrax shots right there.
Oh, peace out, man. I wish you the
September
best, man.
September 98. And then you know what the funny thing is after we got the last one, they're like, oh, we're not giving these anymore because the USDA said that, we shouldn't have been giving these shots to you guys. So
Yeah, my boy Raul is a Marine too. Saved my life, man. Pulling out
this
my
is
burning car.
my entire medical record for my military. I made an exact copy doing my
He's not in the
claim.
best
You got
shape,
any
dude.
psych
I
forms
wish he
in
would
there?
go
You got any
vegan.
MK? Did they MK you? Michelob Ultra?
Me?
Yeah, to you. Did they add adamantium to your skeleton?
I'll be honest with you. I don't really fully understand the whole MK Ultra thing. I really haven't listened much to it.
That's because they MK Ultra'd the fuck out of you.
Yeah, see, there you go. I don't even know what they did to me. It's so bad.
That's all right. That's it. That memory is locked away in a different personality.
You know what got me, honestly. First thing was my health, really, and ever since a kid, I was a vegetarian because I loved animals. But I had that cognitive dissonance for my health because I always put my health first. So I always had.
You know
this
that
back and
animals
forth.
don't love you back, and many of them would fuck you up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they're for self-preservation.
Not
Right.
my dog would wait in my dirty laundry till I got
Well,
home.
nobody's
man.
trying to eat your
That
dog.
dog
Though.
was
We're
like
not
the
talking
best.
about your dog.
I'm just saying from my experience, man. Do you know, like, I have an aunt that has a horse rescue place, right? And I'm always down to learn stuff, even from people that have different viewpoints. I want to expand my consciousness, and I want to get better and sharper with my skills and my footing, bro, because I'm not coming with it unless I really believe what I'm talking about. My aunt, what I learned is I saw veterans that had no connection with horses crying when their horses were taken away. And this was veterans with PTSD. The reason that they were crying is because the heartbeats sink. So this usually happens with creatures that are smaller than bigger creatures. Like when you see elephant caretakers, they will not leave their elephants. Like they're attached to their elephants. Their hearts literally sink. And
So
it is
let me
therapeutic.
pause you.
Love my dogs. I mean, I love them.
It does something to you when you're caring for other species and others, man. It does something to you, like in your purpose. Like it's like elevating your life.
Do you have any
forward
kids?
versus being like a defeatist and we're just going to contribute to it and we're just going to be a human resources contributing, like I get it, but also, you know what I mean? Sparks make fire, man. People are going to be
For burgers.
lied to so much before people start finding out truth and pushing back, man.
Hey, I'm going to cut in here real quick. We've been streaming for just over an hour. I got 12 likes. If you're in the chat, hit the like button. I'm going to try to do more of these streams, bring some controversial stuff. Renegade showed up, first time panelist. Actually going a lot better than when you first came up. You're a little calm now in the conversation. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. I'm going to do a poll and kind of see where we're at with this vegan / meat eater. So get ready to vote when you see it. But go ahead, Renegade. We continue, please.
I don't remember where we left off, but I think we're talking about the heartbeats.
Yep.
Yeah. And, ever since I lost my dog, actually, I've become a lot more passionate to speak up for other animals because that dog was like, to me, savior of humanity,
Well,
based on helping us be better people to other people or just helping humans be better people, man. Because no other person is going to be like wagging their tail every time you come to the door. There's something that's genuinely therapeutic about that.
I found it frustrating when I dog sat. Like, I worked concrete. I wanted that dog to move out of my way. I didn't want to have to deal with it before I could sit down, take off my boots. So I like animals. We got a couple cats. I like the things. I'm not, I've never had a dog, and I don't resonate with the connection that you're describing. What is there is there any other like
Maybe
the
that
empathy
would make
thing
sense
isn't
when I talk
landing.
about the veterans who make a connection with the horses and cry when the horses are taken away.
I get
who
that
never
this is important for
with
them.
a horse before. You would be that person, my friend.
Okay. I'm just saying it's not a winning argument for me where I'm at. I'm not a veteran.
That's understandable.
Mm.
Nor am I arguing. Nor am I arguing. My point was about and I'm sorry if the words skip in my brain, but it has to do with the how hearts synchronize, and how even when a rider is stressed, the horse is stressed. I mean, it's not like pseudo; it's actually proven.
Well, I'm a veteran.
So we
and
have a connection
my
with
entire
these
time,
animals
we
that
didn't
are
have
counting
animals
on us.
anywhere. No animals
have a
anywhere. So
We have a connection with these animals that are counting, like these dogs that'll wait in your dirty laundry all day because they have to be by your smell because they just want to serve you. We let them down. Like, okay, here people aren't like thinking the fact that dogs are livestock in China, and people aren't seeing how like cows are kind of like dogs too, just a different animal.
I blame Disney for this.
I've watched Faces of Death. I've seen
Like,
them
we
eat
don't-
dogs, and it makes me angry. But that's that's the way they
Yo,
live over there. What are you going to
This
do?
is so deep, man. Because look,
That's
the
what she
movie
said.
theaters in America, my grandmother told me, like, I was like, how did they get people to fight in World War I in America? Like, they had to volunteer. The movie theaters were basically made to make the enemies look like they weren't humans. And it was made to make it look like a survival-based thing. So they use survival, a scarcity mindset, dumbing down your intuition, making you think your enemies weren't even humans.
I'm
And
hearing
then
some very
using some kind of,
phrases.
like, for my family or for the women and the children, to feed my family, kind of, different set, but it's getting people against their nature to go to war. Just like, and I'm talking like Edward Bernays, the people who did social engineering, who also
Salute
worked
to you
with
on
Philip Morris,
knowing that name
which was
too.
also in the military foods to eat, as well as powdered milk. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if I'm speaking over you.
No,
You're
you're
trying to
good.
think
You're,
on-
you're good. I was giving you props for knowing Edward Bernays. He's interesting. When we homeschooled my daughter for 1 year, kind of when the wackiness was going on with the schools and the lockdowns and stuff, and my girlfriend like did the bulk of that. I was working, but the one assignment I did sort of stick in there was read Edward Bernays' book Propaganda, which didn't all the way get read. It was way too heavy of a book for whatever age she was back then.
Yeah,
She's
people
like
don't know
10.
this Sigmund Freud's nephew, and they had a lot of connections with the U.S. government and governments in general.
So can I make an observation to you?
With the livestock industry, and I also want to get into Egypt with the livestock industry and spice trade too. I can tap into that one. Go ahead.
I want to point out that your passion, the reason that you feel the way you do on this topic is because you have a personal sentiment about animals, right? And I'm not downplaying that. I'm just pointing out that this is truly
Three reasons.
This is you being about you. It's sort of a childish, self-centered perspective. You're telling other people how they should behave quite aggressively because you feel this way about things.
Yeah.
I'm encouraging people to look at things outside the box, man. And
I
encouraging
appreciate it
people
too.
to watch these things. And I'm not. And another reason I don't want to come out like I'm standing on my high horse is because I know that this is ultimately my power that I hold. So I don't want to misuse my power. I want, if I can encourage people to see things differently, that's also what got me to where I am, is also battling people, man. Like seriously, like trying to find the truth, because it's always something I've been passionate about with health. And I've always been like, dude, how can we be so far? We came from apes and all, and they have new diet things every week. They're always saying this was good for you, now this is bad for you. And to me, it's like, okay, if we want to believe, I mean, we can get really deep into philosophy. I don't want to get too complex, but if we want, like Nikola Tesla, whether you believe he's an effigy of now, which I kind of believe on a fucking energy sense, or he was an actual person in history going into common understanding, and as smart as he was a vegetarian, but he drank cream. Okay, are you as smart as Nikola Tesla? Fuck no. But when it comes to this shit, veganism, and what I learned about veganism, fuck you if you think you're smarter than me. I've learned this shit through putting myself through the ringer for 5 fucking years. And not you. I'm saying anybody.
Smart, but I've never had.
I'm saying to
my
my mom,
girlfriend's
my
not a
grandma, I don't
pigeon.
give a fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody.
So are you driven to be a vegan because of the way humans treat animals towards food? Is that what really got you going into the direction you have been? Because I'm looking at the poll.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
15 votes, and it's pretty lopsided. Most of the people here are meat eaters. So what is it that you have a platform here to maybe educate this 87% of people that are not vegan of why you became vegan? Is it the animal thing? Because I mean, having creamer with your coffee, I don't know, that's not really killing anything. They're milking a cow, right? So is it just because they're being treated bad? That's this whole thing, or what?
I think they like being milked.
No, honestly, I subdued my empathy
too.
for years. I subdued my empathy, but I tossed and turned with it of what I felt was right and what I was told was right. And I actually went on some different debates and did my own different homework. And I really kind of want to simplify what I'm saying as far as with health, because people got different, believe different things. So I found out what I found out. But it mostly has to do with our relationship in correspondence with what we eat. The biggest reasons definitely are spiritually, mentally, and physically. The first reason was physically. The first was selfish. And I got to say, they're all selfish because they're all from a point of self-love. I love myself. To put dead, rotting corpse leave a piece of pork in the sun for a couple hours, you can see worms and parasites. I don't want that shit in my body. I can see an animal pooping, an animal having sex with another animal, and that animal running for its life, crying if I'm trying to kill it, wants to run away, versus a plant where if I water it, it drops something that fits in my hands, that are made, that, you know what I'm saying, that can cook. And I don't want to spin in circles like I didn't say this already. Like, people who get it will get it. And when you're ready to research, you're ready. But dude, if you think heart disease being the #1 killer of all human beings is natural, you got to really look into it, man. People are thinking, no, it's because of this chemical or that chemical.
Oils.
Not
vegetable
into like
oils.
Eating dead animals 3 times a day. We're like, okay, our jaws move sideways. They also move up and down, but we don't sweat from our tongues. We don't have snouts. We don't have claws. We don't have gizzards in our stomachs. Our stomachs,
we have one
are
stomach.
nearly 15 feet long. Our intestines. A lion is like 5 times bigger than a human, with like half the size like digests its kill within 2 hours. Be like a lion. The lion eats the freaking organs, man. It's the hyenas and scavengers that eat the parts that humans eat, that you have to cook on a fire so you don't get sick. And then, like, we don't drink. Do you know your mom her milk has 3 specific stages for 3 specific developmental stages of its specific fucking baby? You know that they gotta boil fucking milk so it doesn't make you sick? Do you know that Edward Bernays had pregnant women? They had fucking models and shit making women think it was healthier to give your baby another baby cow's milk than your own milk.
Did you know that
People
you can live
still
on
believe that
just meat,
shit.
but you cannot live on
I'm
just
sorry,
like
dude. Like,
leafy greens?
yo, how can't you get fired up, man? Like when you see this shit.
I just feel like this is an emotional regulation issue primarily.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It's a call to action, man. How couldn't it be? If the number one cause of suffering is from humans, it's animal abuse from humans when we don't have to, how couldn't there be a bigger call to action with somebody who has conscious awareness? How can it be the animals who are going to speak up? The defenseless fucking animals. You know, we're men, we can relate to speaking up for women and children, so we should relate that also to defenseless.
Remember this guy, Jack LaLanne? The juicer
No.
guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
thank you man, for letting me get this out, man.
Dead meat is
Yeah.
dead, blah, blah. Yeah, this is...
And Renegade, I'm not gonna buy extra Slim Jim because of you. You did make me really crave some gummy bears, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
Yo,
eat some gyms. I was just
I'm
asked
just
that at work.
saying, bro, every time I go to the store, I see kids, they put the gummy bears within their hands reach at the thing. So they get them and the mom gets the gummy bears, right? Or it's Mentos or whatever the candy is. It always has little happy animals or it has fruit all over it in happy colors. You look at like the second or third, next to cornstarch, but fucking gelatin, which is the most heinous parts of the animal that you like, animal private parts that a little kid who would never want to kill an animal, they see a happy animal.
You've never taken kids fishing, have you? Have you ever taken kids fishing?
They think they're eating a fruity fucking sugar pop, and they don't know there's a dead animal in there, bro.
Have you ever taken
People
kids
put that
fishing?
shit on their fucking face and think that it's giving them collagen versus sea moss or something with living electric minerals. They put dead shit on their face. Oh, it's giving me collagen. They don't
Kids
see that
are little
this is one of the
sadistic
biggest
murderers, I'll have you know
industries.
that.
Bro, this is one of the biggest industries since civilization in fucking Egypt.
Food
With
is
the
important.
fucking spice trade yeah, man, with the shepherds and the herders, but we don't see how it started along with slavery and the first fucking Ptolemy Soter, supposedly the first pharaoh from Macedonia who conquered the African people. That's, I can debate a bunch of Africans on that shit, but okay, fine. Let's take it back to what I know,
gummy
dude.
bears
I've done this
don't
for
contain actual
5
bears.
years, bro. I've done this for 5 years. I've never felt healthier, happier.
Why do you seem so angry? You don't seem like a happy person. You seem like
I am, man. I am.
I'll take your word for it. I'm just telling you, you're coming across as quite imbalanced and kind of scattered. And I don't mean that insultingly. I'm just telling you.
Okay, I'll work on that, man. I know when I first got on, I had a hard time hearing myself, and I was just like, honestly, I do feel like it's me against a lot of people in this world, man. And I am fighting. I feel like I'm fighting, but I want to be effective, man. It's like, for me, I don't want to be some loud motherfucker. I'd rather not say shit and go free motherfucking animals, man.
You
Save
catch
their
more
lives.
flies with honey than vinegar.
No, I
Have you
get that,
tried
dude.
catching flies with
I
vinegar?
get that. I get you catch more flies.
No,
with
it's
honey
something
than
my lawyer
vinegar.
told me.
I
mean-
try that. Or shit.
Bro.
I mean, flies go to shit the same as they do honey, so I don't know. That saying's controversial.
Okay, you have a valid point. I'll take it to my lawyer and ask him if he's done his due diligence on this phrase I learned from him.
You lost me, bro. I didn't get what you're saying.
Oh, it's neither here nor there.
Little comedy, little break it up.
No,
break
man.
it up.
Like, I'm not here to wish bad health on you guys, man, or anybody, man.
Well, I would hope
I'll tell
not.
you
I
what.
mean, this is normally on my channel is a pretty straightforward channel where you people know they can come here and
Yeah.
talk about what we're talking about and
Yeah.
not feel judged.
No,
Look at
I-
this suffering-free peanut butter.
when I say, hey, bro, when I say this is the biggest call to action in the world with conscious awareness, once you realize that this is the most, like, this is fucking everywhere, and people it's like people wearing their masks, they just do it because they're told. It's like they don't even like they do the homework, but only like so far to get to the grade that they need. They don't actually do the work and like turn up stones. Like, when I say that, what did healers use to actually heal people of terminal illnesses? Are they feeding them
Leeches?
death to heal them, to keep them from dying? Are they feeding them dead animals? No, they're giving them herbs and fruits and fasting. Like,
Exorcisms?
nah, yeah, man. So, okay. If the number one cause of death for all human beings is heart disease, but the only thing that's, and hang on, I'm saying this, and the only thing that's ever healed people from terminal illnesses is plants.
That's not true.
I mean,
and the increase in heart disease
Okay,
and
okay, I won't
obesity
say that's the only
corresponded
thing,
with
bro.
vegetable
I
oil.
won't say that's the only thing in all fairness, but I
But
mean,
vegetable
like,
oil, if you
as far as foods.
Look at the heart disease and obesity increases you were talking about, and they coincide with the introduction of vegetable oil and the replacement of lard. Lard is not healthy, I would say, but it's definitely healthier than vegetable oil, which is so unnatural to derive that it's basically just chemicals.
I'm not an advocate of chemicals or the animal shit. Like,
What do
I
you
only
eat?
I
Like,
eat
during the
like
day?
grapeseed oil. I eat grapeseed oil. I eat like mushrooms. I'll do avocado salads. I do
What was
quinoa.
lunch
I
today?
do a wild rice. Today I actually was detailing cars all day, so I didn't really eat today. What did I have? I had some fried mushrooms. I had some red potatoes and fingerling potatoes with onions. You know, like I actually have a page where I cook stuff. It's called Selfish Stem. If people want to see my Instagram page, and that's all based on electric foods.
Electric.
When I say electric foods, that's pH 7+. Well, now I just want to tap into the mineral thing, okay? Because there's a lot of things that are subject to what you believe with.
Hey, I gotta take a pee. I'll be right back.
Leave your
Okay, if
microphone
you're-
on so we can listen.
Bro, if you're recording this, I just want to drop this, and you guys can please cross-reference.
This
Okay.
is live. I mean, you
Okay.
know that.
What I have learned, and if I'm wrong, I want to know that I want to learn. Okay. So what I've learned is that minerals only come in two forms. Okay. Phosphorus, like light, or oxides, like in a rock or in a metal that can kill you. Well,
Nitrogens.
People
Right,
think they can drink Goldschlagers. Well, you won't digest the oxide. Your body doesn't have what's called true affinity to it. So what I'm getting at is the electrical thing, right? Because only a plant can take that oxide mineral from a rock or from a metal that can kill you and turn it to a liquid pre-digestible substance in a phosphate form through a process, and its roots referred to as ionotrophoresis, which is the electrical process through its roots. So we know that like plants have certain relationships with rocks, just as like maybe animals with certain trees. You take away certain plants, those animals go away. We know that we see animals in nature kind of just naturally sync up with what they should eat. Like they know. But why don't humans? Why humans listen to other humans? You see other animals, it's like natural for them. You know, that's what I'm getting into with our intuition. And that's what I really have been tapping into. And I encourage others too, man. Like, and I don't go for the soy and all that crap. I really try to go like fruits with seeds and eat healthy stuff. And you
I
feel
mean,
the
fruit by
energy, man.
definition has seeds.
Eat wild rice. Just eat wild rice and feel the energy. Like, you know.
Grain is an industrialized modern food source. It's not. If you're using sort of evolution or nature as a reference point for food sources, rice is not going to be it. Wheat's not going to be it. Basically, fruits, vegetables. I mean, basically plants meat.
Wheat is a hybridized crop that's not native to Africa. Wheat is not from Egypt. Wheat was hybridized. It's a man-made crop. It came from Kamut.
That's sort of my point, though. Is grain was not a primary food source. Meat was.
No, we done a lot of man-made shit, man. I mean, it's unbelievable what men have done. Our ability to do this and that. I'm not going to say that's not unbelievable that we've actually been able to take this and make it into that and make it like a presentation. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so good. We'll put some herbs. That little dead frog is so we've actually made that taste good and learn how to cook it and do all this shit. Well, what I'm saying is that's not what the fuck we're supposed to eat, man. It doesn't have true affinity to the human body.
Look,
The human will
here's the
survive
truth,
off
though.
plastic,
Look, hold
man.
on.
We'll survive off nearly anything. And the truth is because it causes mucus and acid in the body. That's how we know on a cellular level the shit's toxic, man.
But by like evolutionarily, we are supposed to eat meat. That's obvious. We know that, right?
Real,
The
Braille, I
issue is
feel you. You're disturbing,
have a
man.
you have an
Fuck off,
emotional, empathetic issue with eating meat.
Not talking about you, Renegade. Just talking about the video of the dude in the background butchering the cat.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I take that back.
You're
I'm
pretty
speaking
violent,
up for
bro.
the
You're a
animals,
violent dude, man.
I'm
You
sorry,
came in
you
here
know,
calling us a fucking pussies. You were all ready
No,
to
no,
beat
I'll
out of
humbly
us.
say I'm sorry if that you were
Jesus,
speaking to me,
man.
Yeah.
Well, how
No,
did you find the stream? Are you a subscriber, or you just saw a live video in the feed or something?
He found the
No,
topic.
no. I saw the flat power thing, and I'm always into to breaking down the real reality, man. To questioning a lot of the things that we've been told. I mean, like I've seen you on the fence about the flat Earth, and I get it, and it's just like, but I go with what I know, and what I know, I have to stand on. Like,
Do you like fat chicks
I
or
haven't
skinny
been
chicks?
to the moon, but what I know is what I've seen is undoubtedly questionable. Like, I can't just take that hook, line, and sinker. Like,
No, that's where I think it starts for everybody is believing
we
that
get to choose
things are
better
fake.
ways, man. We get to choose better ways. It's not we have to. We don't have to. You don't have to. Humans are one of the few people that could do something knowing it's bad for you and still effing do it. But I'm saying we get to choose better ways, man. But like a lot of people aren't conscious of the horror of just the suffering. It's like once you feel like the connection, like, man, like I've been contributing, like tricked into contributing to this shit. And I get to speak up. I get to smash these fucking windows. I get to speak up. Like you know what I mean? I'm not like
that I'm aware and I'm still choosing to eat meat.
okay.
Have you seen the new theory about asteroids coming to hitting Earth? That they brought the dinosaurs with them because you don't find any baby or child, or not child, but any young dinosaurs. They're all old dinosaurs, apparently. Have you seen that new theory going around?
No, they're really leaning hard into this everything the aliens thing.
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
Why is that promoted? Why is that in movies, but other stuff is censored, man? Why are all these like these 5 meat industry or carnivore doctors being promoted, and then look at who their followers are, man? You know, it's like I get it. You like the guy who saved my life isn't gonna go switch eat meat. My Uncle Mark isn't gonna go and stop eating meat. You know, I'm gonna try to show him Dominion. If you don't want to watch it, fine. But a lot of thing is we don't want to have that mental connection because we have to eat it because it's good for us. It's physical, so we subdue that mental connection. But what I'm saying is it's not that good for you, man. Once you see how better you feel when you go vegan, it's like
if I wake up and eat pancakes for breakfast, if I don't eat meat throughout a day, I feel like kind of like my head feels kind of foggy and angry, which is sort of how you're acting. No offense.
I get it, man. I get it. There's probably a lot of mucus in the body too, man. And that's what happens.
At least my cigarettes are vegan. And my Pepsi.
And you will get iron. You will get iron from the blood. Your body will take what it needs, even if it's a human.
I just eat iron straight right off the block.
The survivors of Alive said their friends taste like sweet pork.
Nice.
If you read it.
Well, I see Nachiketa posted on here. He said people choose to eat meat, but it's not necessary. I think people choose to eat meat is because it's easier to find an animal to kill and
People choose
harvest
to eat
than it
plants
is
for
to
the
plant a
time, so
garden and wait months or weeks at a time to eat. It's almost that's why I said it's part of nature. You can't just forage and eat grass. You're not getting what your body needs. I think it's just subliminally it's driving you to want to eat and be a carnivore.
none
Not
of us
by,
would be
Body
able to
needs
survive the
iron, man.
winter.
Your body needs iron because it's the only magnetic mineral that assimilates all other minerals. Just like your compass points north. It has to do with iron.
iron
But
isn't
it's
everything
deeper
though.
than that. It's deeper than that.
I just swallow
Your
one of these
pineal
little
gland.
sockets like once a week, and it gives me all the iron I need to take it like
Your
a pill.
pineal gland is copper, and your cerebral cortex is carbon. What creates electricity? Copper and carbon. That's what a battery is. So that's literally what look it up. That's what your cerebral cortex is copper, and your pineal gland is copper, and your cerebral cortex is carbon. And then when you look at all you got to do is look at an electric monitor of somebody who's on a heart machine, and you can see the pulse has an electric beat. You know what I'm saying?
Not a necessity.
So
is
the only thing that can take
standard.
a mineral from a dead form to an electric form that's a pre-digestible substance for a human that can save a human's life is a plant. Like, you don't want to see the connection with our breathing. You don't want to see and feel the connection with taking care of a plant and then harvesting the plant and feeling it fall in like a mango in your hands when it's ripe. Like, just how that feels so natural. Like, you can't even
Don't
put that
judge
in
me.
words.
Hold on, don't judge me.
And then put your hands up to a dog and try to kill it because you're hungry. See how that makes you feel. See how it makes you feel when the animal's crying for its life, but you got to eat something. So you're strangling with your bare fucking hands. No, you want to get into what feels natural. I'm talking about you want to really know what feels natural.
You're really
we
battering
come up
home
with these ways that are genius to trick people.
No, you keep hammering this emotional, empathetic point, and I'm telling you, I don't care about it. I'm fine with it. Like,
it's logical too, bro. How don't you see the logic, man, in what I'm saying? Like, it's passion.
I think we see it, but
they're all
we're acknowledging it, right?
I'm talking to you with all logical points, man.
Yeah, but
and
we're
you're writing it off like
acknowledging
I'm
it.
being emotional. Like, I'm being emotional because of the sound logic.
No,
that's
he's
behind
giving you an opinion on what you're presenting. It's not that it's illogical. He's
being
literally
emotional,
telling you how he
passion,
feels.
man.
No, what I'm telling you is that you've given me your points, and I hear you. I've listened to you.
Okay.
I understand you, and I'm choosing meat still. It's not work. Your point doesn't matter to me personally, so you're gonna have to find a different way to sell me. I don't know about Steve. Steve, are you gonna quit eating meat or?
No, I honestly, I haven't really asked you enough questions, man, and actually like got into your head and what's important to you. I just look at the platform and a chance to talk to whoever wants to listen, who wouldn't like catch the points that I'm throwing out. Because I researched into life force, like they call it chi energy, and those are like the longest living, strongest people that are like, these guys are like, I used to watch them in like Kung Fu magazines. The old guys where they're trying to pull the bowl from their stomach. Like, these guys know about energy and life force.
Is that the semen retention thing? You're just
No. I'm talking about Wu Dang. I'm talking about ancient like Kung Fu. There's different forms. There's internal arts and external arts, but these are the guys who have literally the most extensive knowledge on what they call chi or life force. These people do not allow death behind temple walls to protect the energy. It's the same reason why they shave their heads, which they call a sangha. It's a unified force of energy that they protect. And in all fairness, China is the biggest consumer of meat, and they eat dogs and shit like that. But they also have these vegans who are also the healthiest in the world, who literally have to lock themselves up from these motherfuckers. But you look at them, look how strong they are, man. Like, come on, man.
Most vegans look super weak. Most vegans look damn near dead.
Yeah, not me, man.
I mean, I think if this shit hits the fan and people have to learn how to change the diet, and what they're eating,
Dude, I'm fucking
vegans got the
I'm I've always been skinny, man.
Somebody
I've always
call
been-
vegan
I'm not
game.
gonna take my pants off on camera, bro. But I've always been skinny.
If
And let
you
me tell
do,
you,
I'll
my-
do it.
I tell you, my whole body has benefited every part of me, man.
I think my
Every
forearms are
part.
bigger than your
You
biceps.
can't tell me that I lost testosterone, man. No
Should we all
fucking
take
way.
off our pants? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm
No
saying I'm
homo.
not.
Are you in your
you know.
underwear too?
No,
You know
I'm
what I'm
wearing
saying?
jeans.
I-
I got jeans.
I'm not.
on.
Oh, geez.
But I don't have to have them on. Is my point. Like we could have this talk with no pants. No
Yeah.
homo.
No, but I'm just saying, man. Like, I'm happy to share this information with you guys, man. Because
Hey, what-
like 5 years ago, I was eating. I was working at a restaurant, and I was eating like lean chicken and beef and whatever. I try to eat more vegetables, but I had to have my protein or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize that even the term protein's like only 200 years old, and it was created by a Swiss scientist who's part of the same freaking clubs.
Just because we discovered something recently doesn't mean it wasn't always there. It's fake.
We got all these things where they show these little graphs and these little things floating around, and this does that and this does that, and people believe so much shit that's fed to them, man. But we just
Well, if
go
it's in
out
a
there
graph, if
and
there's
like
data, it must
see
be
what
true.
feels natural. Do you ever see a child want to eat
Yes.
an animal?
Yes, you do. You've never taken kids fishing. They're little monsters. They cannot wait to kill the fish.
That's because they're taught to do it, though.
No,
That's
they're
because they're
not.
taught to do it. I remember the first time I saw dead flip flat. You look at it in awe, like, oh, you know, I was like, you don't want to put it back in the water, but then you get a pat on the back. That a boy,
No.
you caught a fish.
I mean,
Don't worry, we're gonna hook it. Follow your
Your
dad. This is
experience
what you
and
do.
my
This is what
experience
gets you a
is quite
data boy.
different.
This is what gets you to fucking
No.
ignore your intuition.
Speaking
bro.
of
that's how
fish,
you're. That's
you
how
don't
you're
eat
writing
fish
off
either?
what I'm telling you. I've taken kids fishing for the first time with no encouragement at all. They want to kill it. At least mine did.
What the fuck did you put in the back chat, Flo? 33 hertz sonic orgasm.
Oh,
I doubt it, man.
you-
If
you said
I'm
something about the
lucky
hertz
enough
on
to
the
have
speakers
children,
earlier,
man, they
and
will be
I thought it was
gardeners.
a funny synchronicity because that popped up in my shit today. And I watched the whole video. It's basically a chick sitting on a subwoofer and then coming, and they're acting like it's the hertz and not like actually the clit stimulation. It's kind of funny. I mean,
I've seen videos of chicks in dudes' trucks that act like they're having an orgasm, but I don't know.
I watched the whole 17-minute video, but not because I was interested in the science.
Right.
I'll probably watch it again later.
Free Pornhub.
I was at work. I had to do something.
That's funny. Let's go back to these people killing this freaking cow. Well, hey, you know that video that I showed earlier of that chicken farm? Did you see how efficient and how many chickens that they fucking got? It's ridiculous how many chickens that they kill.
I couldn't keep my chickens alive. The raccoons fucked me up.
Holy crap.
My
kept that.
grandfather grew up on a farm, man. My family grew up on a farm, and I heard stories. And he used to tell me that he had a pig that was a pet. They wouldn't kill it because it became a pet. But that's something he always struggled with because he got along with the animals, but he learned to do it anyway. And you know, my grandmother ate rabbits during the Great Depression because that's what they did, and they did it But I'm saying, what I remember is he actually struggled with that. Like I remember, like he still struggled with that in his older age. He's like, yeah, that's one thing I always struggled with it, but I always did it. But I could tell he kind of still hung on to that cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Renegade, I have a question that I want to ask you. I don't know can you see the back chat? Because it's a very personal question, and I want you to feel free to just tell me to fuck off. It's not my business. So I just out of courtesy, I put it in the back chat, but I would ask you that question if you care to answer it.
Oh, hang on. No. And I'm not a combat vet.
Okay, I was just wondering, and to the people watching, I asked if he'd killed anybody in combat. What I'm trying to figure out is you're very emotionally involved in the animals not dying, and I was speculating that maybe you're trying to offset guilt for having killed somebody in combat, but
I know, no, I do have guilt though. I do have guilt for a lot of things, man, and it is therapeutic for me in more ways than one. I would say it's therapeutic for me in every point of my life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And there has not been one thing I've done that has been more therapeutic for me than going vegan. I honestly mean that.
Can you still eat pussy?
What's that?
Can you still eat pussy as a vegan?
Yeah, man. And we could drink. You can drink milk that's meant for us too. You can drink your mom's milk too, man. That's vegan because that's meant for you.
Pissed when I try to though.
But no, I mean, it's a sensitive subject. I was in 112nd Infantry. I did the mount training. I did a lot of cakewalk stuff. You've seen a lot more than me, man. I did all the training for that, but I just did a lot of security stuff, and then lost a lot of friends over there too. But I always had that. It was voluntary, so I was like, I was over here while they were over there. So yeah, there's always been that. But like I said, all the good decisions, bad decisions, I made a lot of good decisions and bad decisions, whatever. I don't think I've ever made any bad decisions. I just made a lot of stupid decisions. But honestly, like, there's so many things, like, we call it gravity, or fucking things drop in this world. And that's the way this world is. It's up to us to pick it up, right? So I'm like, if it wasn't for all these tests I've had in my life or whatever, I could be made better business moves. I had job offers, all this stuff. But right now I'm running my own business. It's a small business. Right now, I've made the best decisions I've ever made for my life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that's more important than anything, dude. You know what I mean? Like, just the ability to understand that, like, we get to create a better life. We get to create a happier life for ourselves. You know what I mean? Than what's given to us. We don't have to accept this bullshit. And we don't realize the toll some things that take on us too, consciously, are like, we don't realize all the things that we have cognitive dissonance, or we don't realize, like, always realize the effect of what we intake, whether that's not only food, but it's like our mind, how we govern our energy. You know what I mean?
Well, owning your own business is definitely exhilarating. It definitely makes you feel like you're accomplishing something. But most people either fail because they don't put in the time. They think, oh, I'm going to be my own boss. I'll make up my own hours. No, you fucking don't. Like, I was working 100 hours a week minimum when I owned my own business. And I did that for, close to 10 years. And I can tell you, you get to the point once you finally hit that, and I'll just say success only because you're not, worrying about how you're going to pay your employees, worrying how you're going to cover your overhead. You're not worrying anymore. All of a sudden you got all this money coming in, and then all of a sudden things aren't, it's in the past. You forget about your complacent, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't need to work this hard for this money anymore. I need to get my time back. You know what I mean? And you can actually lock yourself into this cycle where, I'm not saying with you, just I've seen it with other people, and it happened with me, to be honest with you. I was very greedy. Like, I wanted to make all of the money, and I did make all of the money. And then once I realized, my kids were growing up, they're leaving the house, like, I needed to spend more time with the kids that were still home. And, using that as a teaching tool for my children to see, because they saw how hard I worked, but they saw how well we lived. You know what I mean? They saw that everything was taken care of. We didn't have to struggle. Holidays were always great. Anytime we needed, to an emergency came up, there was no issue. We didn't have to ask somebody for money or help. It was, it just taught them to be hard workers. I don't know if you have children or not. I think Flo asked you, but did you say you had children or not?
No, I don't. All
right. See, I'm 47. I have 4. Out of the 4, only one I actually made. Another one is was my nephew. I adopted him, so he is my son. And then my wife's 2 children, which they are my kids as well. I am their father. So having, you know, a huge array of, you know, parenting issues between that, we all just combined our kids and said, we're going to raise them the way we would raise all of them together. No one was special. No one was different. Everyone was treated differently, but everyone, you know, in the collective was the same. So everything that I've learned all those years, I'm now unlearning what was basically indoctrinated all my life, and trying to get them to be more open-minded.
Got you.
Not as closed-minded as I was, because I was very closed-minded when it came to running my business. Like, to me, all it mattered was making money. To me, all it mattered was, you know, working 12, 14, 16-hour days. Sometimes I was there 24 hours straight. You know, so now that I have this free time, I'm on these panels. I've been on these panels for 8 months, you know, going from rights and freedoms to religion, you know, spiritualness, you know, then got into flat earth stuff. And, you know, it's been this ladder of unlearning all the bullshit that I've allowed myself to just believe willy nilly.
We're about to start up the hot tub or the kiddie pool streaming. It's 2, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just waiting for our waiting for our little kiddie pools to get here from Amazon. But next one, it's gonna be fire.
I sacrifice a lot for creative control. To me, that's where I'm happy, is creative control. I'm happy to have something to fight for. I'd rather have glory than just being a happy, go along, get along thing. I'd rather be part of something that's making a difference. You know what I mean? And maybe it's because I'm just looking at reasons that I can shapeshift into who I am and appreciate now that I didn't appreciate. Like, if it wasn't for my effed up childhood, my parents divorced, me being so like against authority, from being sent away to school when I was a kid that I ran away from the first year, to being sent away to the military, sent away to this whole, like, you know what I mean, questioning authority kind of thing. Like, when I say renegade for a reason, my name is Renee, but it is renegade for a reason. I don't even know how to say my name. People call me Mitch, but renegade is deeper than that. It's got a bunch of meanings. But when you talk about me being on my own, is also because I've been part of a family business, and like my uncle wanted me to come to the Christmas parties, like, just don't be confrontational and all this. I kind of created like a reputation as being like confrontational, but at the same time, I was also part of the team that got the highest customer satisfaction score in the country. So like, yeah, I like to be confrontational, but I also like engaging with people. I'm not about not choosing my fights. You know what I mean? I would rather win people over. You know what I mean? I would rather, you know, engage in conversations, if not only getting other people to think out of the box, but also myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it gets too mundane and boring if everybody's just agreeing with everybody, and it's not like really going anywhere.
That's why I'm glad you came up here, because even though you came in hot like a fucking like a badger out of hell or whatever, you were hot as shit. I'm not sure what triggered you the way we were acting.
In very standard vegan fashion.
Yeah, very violent. I see a lot of violence, and you know, I would think if you change the way you're trying to deliver the message and your belief to other people, coming out hard like that, you're literally, you know, I can sense the military-esque of it, because it's down and dirty right to the thing. But you know, what I've learned over time is a cordial discourse. You know, listening. You know, projecting what you're feeling and going back and forth, and just having that. You can get, you know, like Flow State was saying earlier, you can attract more flies with honey than.
If there's a lady at McDonald's getting robbed, I'm gonna help her. You know what I mean? If there's a lady eating a hamburger and she's getting robbed, I'm going to step up and help her. You know what I mean? That I hope I would. You know what I mean?
What if there's a lot of money in her purse? Maybe
talk is cheap, man. Talk is cheap. It's just like when you see something a certain way, man, it's like, I don't know. That's a part of like taking direction, man. It's like part of what we get to do in life. And it's like there's nothing more powerful than actually being able to change the world when you see the whole world operating at a certain level. But I mean, like, I get it. Like, I see this as a war of consciousness too, man. Like, I honestly do. I see it's a war of consciousness. Children,
Hey,
people lying, kids getting they lie to kids. Like, you know, I don't know if we landed on the moon or not, but I question. I definitely see more pointing to the fact that it's bullshit than we did. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think we did. I want to get to this video because we're almost a 2 hour mark. I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream. Flo, I don't know if you're gonna do an encore after show or whatever.
I don't have any plans to, and I'm going to dip off early because I got a few things to do still.
Right on.
It is possible, but it won't be till later if I do. But I'm not planning anything right now.
Well, hey, check this out. I want you to see this. Okay. Maybe someone in the chat, maybe not Shakita. He's the smart guy over there on the other side of the flat.
He believes in Mandela effects, man. He's just not as smart as he seems at first.
But he seems
people
to have
believe
some
in green
answer.
aliens.
Watch
people
what this
believe
guy,
in aliens, dude.
Watch
We can't
what this
even
guy, why wouldn't you believe in aliens?
I'm just saying we can't even go to a mountain without oxygen. We can only go so far underwater.
Somebody's
Then there's like little
people.
3 feet people that can beam up into outer space and here, like, you know.
Well, this
And,
dude's about to probe
are you talking
this
about-
chicken. Watch this shit. This dude's about to probe this chicken. Tell me what you think he's putting in there. What is he injecting in there? What do you think?
It's probably
Flavoring.
salt, man. It's probably salt and
Spices.
No, they don't do that. And
I don't know. Probably, it's probably some sort of a salt solution, actually, like a salt water solution. Wouldn't you think? Because if you look at the packaging in the grocery store,
yeah,
all the meat says like up to some % water by volume. I bet they're beefing the weight up somehow.
more trickery. Shit to change the color.
Yeah, I just saw that. and I was
Make
like,
it look more uniform and packaged.
mhm.
That's why I try to eat only human meat that I've hunted myself.
Human meat, yeah.
That's why I'm here at all. I've been stalking Steve for a while. He's pretty evasive, but when I get him, like it's gonna be tasty. I'll share some with you. Some Steve burgers. He's giving me the irritated blinks.
Hey, bro, I'm not saying that I couldn't enter the consciousness of taking motherfuckers out, dude. And I'm saying, like, whether it be, I'm talking about survival information. Yeah, man. Like, put me to the test. Maybe I'm about it. Maybe I'm not. You could test me if you want.
I wasn't threatening to hunt you.
I'm just,
I want Steve.
let me land my airplane, bro, because all I'm saying is it does come with a different state of consciousness. Like, honestly, to kill an animal, you have to lower your state of consciousness to do it. We call it sucking it up, or that's growing up, but think about it. Is it?
I don't know. I've killed animals in my day to eat only, not just for sport.
I became
Way of
enlightened
life for
after I
certain
killed
people.
him, I think.
Dude, we're
Yeah.
protectors, man. We're men. We're protectors. Like, I'm saying, like, we'll protect.
Life
man.
is
But I
more
think it should be
nuanced.
protecting the defenseless. You know what I'm
Life is
saying?
not as black and white and extreme as you're presenting it. There's a lot more dynamics to life. We live in a world where life survives by feeding on life that doesn't survive. You have to do both things. And I guess my final thought before I get out of here is, and I mean this only as constructive criticism, I think that you're emotionally immature about this. Honestly, that's my take on it. I think
How
that
do
you've
you
got
think
a
I'm
personal
emotionally
sentiment about-
immature about it?
I mean,
How?
I think that you've got a strong personal emotion to the scenario that is, in one sense, admirable, but in another, it's just not realistic.
You mean as
it's
far as empathy, it's not realistic to have empathy for the animals because it's what everybody does.
You can still have
to
empathy,
have
but
empathy
still
for it is
have,
not realistic. Is that what you're saying?
You know, to feed yourself, you still have to feed your family.
Just one,
Yeah,
I want to clearly understand what you're saying.
I can see how you're going to phrase it that way, and so I'll just go ahead and agree with it. You can have empathy for animals, and you can like I've said several times, I don't like how cruel the industrial meat process is. That said, animals eat animals, we eat animals. I mean, we're part of the cycle, the food cycle of this planet.
Well, I said
Right.
to him
We
earlier,
have
they
the
were talking
dignity
in
of
chat.
choice, bro. We have the
You're-
dignity of choice. Like
And I
dogs,
choose
bad,
burgers.
we'll just feed whatever we feed. We'll eat whatever we really feed them. I mean, pretty much. And not all dogs, but pretty much. A lot of
Well,
animals
it's
you
good
can
talking
tell
to you
just
guys.
look up
If
to
you're
us.
not subbed to me, you should sub. I'm not going to get any extra meat tonight to be an asshole to you. So, you
No,
may have
I'm
saved
saying you
one
could
Slim
pick
Jim.
something better, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have the dignity of choice. We have the ability to do that. Where
Mhm.
comparing to other animals that that are in their environment.
I choose meat.
I get that, dude, and I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna burn my energy out on your state of consciousness, but like if I can get through to somebody, or maybe you listen this again and maybe get a couple of my points I made, I want you to know that the points I made were not coming from a point of emotion or ego or trying to hurt anybody's feelings. It was really based on logic, man, from my and experience more than anything. So when
Right
I
on.
say the best decision I've ever made mentally, physically, and spiritually, that's to empower anybody that wants to take this information, because I have nothing to gain for sharing this. Oh, I do, but I'm saying like nothing like financially or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a
It empowers me
YouTube
to
channel,
share this
Renegade?
with people. Yeah, it's under Renegade.
Let me
But
see.
I don't.
You want some subscribers? Because I'll share your channel up so people can take a look and see what you got. Because there
I get
was
more
some
into
people that were interested.
Sacred geometry. So you see how I spell my name, like Rene with the E, like Rene Descartes. That's how I spell Renegade. I don't know if you'll be able to find it.
Let's see. Where is it? It's not bringing up any channels. If you want to post or copy into that private chat there, your link, and I'll share with my viewers. They can take a look if you guys want to check him out. He's got some good views on the opposite end of the meat spectrum, which is the vegan side. Again, you guys know me. I don't really judge people for what they believe in or what their priorities in life are. So,
My channel's a little deeper than that. I get into other stuff, but here you go, man. See if I can share.
yeah, go ahead and share that. All right, I see it there. All right.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming up. Like I said, I always like carrying on conversations. I just posted in the chat there, everybody. It should be clickable. Share Renee. Is that your name, Renee? That's Renee's channel, Renegade. He's the Renegade in the chat there. Have him give him a subscribe. Check out his channel if you like it. Give him a subscribe. But yeah, so that's it, everybody. That is going to be a wrap up for tonight. I'm glad we got to show some videos, some stuff while we talked about a pretty hot topic. Being vegan, meat eaters, and the why. I always like to know why. People want to go vegan if it, is just to save the animals or not hurting animals. And I understand 100%. I have empathy for animals. So, that's it. You won't see me Friday. I'm not doing a stroll. This is probably going to be like my last stream of the year, which is a few more days left. But no, I appreciate everybody, every one of you. Appreciate all of the likes. Thank you so very much for liking. That helps. It just helps. So I'm out. Here's the intro. Peace.
Drop that bitch on her head like bang. Drop that bitch on her head like bang.